Hello, welcome to the Local Cup 2023.
Hello. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Today we have two very heavy matchups of the round of 16. And as we already can see, our viewers are trying to predict the results of the matches. In about 5 minutes, Mark versus TUGI, and then in 1 hour, NENU versus HEZZULI.
Versus TUGI in the round of 16, a matchup which could easily be a semi-final of the tournament. TUGI underperformed heavily in the qualifiers, which made him have seed 14, just enough to face Mark already in the round of 16.
Yeah, but TUGI proved us in the match versus Peyton that he's very well prepared for the bracket stage. He's so far the only player in the tournament who was able to score over 700k, and also the only player with at least 200 lines cleared in one game. So no one was even near to TUGI, so he's definitely well prepared, and I expect a very, very close matchup. Maybe it's exaggeration from my side, but I hope for the first double 700k of the tournament.
Both players definitely capable of it. TUGI already with one in the tournament. Mark not yet, but I guess we can expect it from him.
Yeah, but Mark didn't have a chance because it's his first match of the tournament. But Mark was very consistent in the qualifiers. I would say only seed 3, but was the only player who was able to score 3 over 700k games in the qualifiers. You, Adam, and Merke, you had those very big games as the best game, but both for you and for Merke, the first score was 600 something, but Mark was the only who was able to score 3 700k games within 120 minutes. So Mark shows also a great consistency. And yeah, this is a very heavy matchup, as you said. It could be a semi-final in every other tournament, or maybe a final. But yeah, because of the TUGI's lower seed, they have to play in the round of 16, and they're playing for some money. And as we can see, our prize pool increased from $600 to $600.66. And thank you, Mark Tetris, for your generous donation of 66 cents. Nice to see it. And for the other, Adam, put the Maturino link. Maybe other viewers also want to contribute to the prize pool.
Yes, that would be great. Here's the link, know what to do with it. Seed 3 qualified with qualifying score of 723,000. TUGI seed 14 qualified with qualifying score of 614,000. Mark, the 4-time CTP champion, the 3-time German champion, Power Transition, world record holder tied, and the reigning CTP DAS champion. TUGI, City DAS second test tournament winner, and 3-time TWC competitor. We can expect quite a lot of that. Yes, Ryan, round of 16 is the last round in which we play best of 9 matches. Quarterfinals and semifinals will be best of 11, and the final will be best of 13. But you can already expect that next year these matches are going to be yet longer. Or
I'm back.
less, yet less short, put in this way.
Yeah, we're still trying to find out a perfect solution for the next year, and yeah, we will announce it definitely after this tournament. We have also to analyze the data from this tournament, and then we'll try to make a proper decision. The winner of this match, Mark versus TUGI, will face our Lolpok tournament monster, Jepper, the player who already played 4 matches in the tournament, and with every match played better and better, and has beaten TUGI, sorry, not TUGI, has beaten Sidnev in the round of 16. So Jepper is waiting for his opponent.
Hello, JDH. But yeah, such a popularity contest would be very great, but not for the local cup. Side event, maybe.
Maybe we can do it as a side event or something like this.
I see, Mark is live, but I can't seem to find TUGI being live. Let's wait to look for him. Well, if it's not live, he will be disqualified in about half an hour.
Yeah, we always give the players a chance to show up. And as I said it, I got a notification that the player TUGI1220 went live. So unfortunately, Mark, for you, no disqualification for the Austrian players.
Yes, I see TUGI's live, so let's bring the players here. Here we have them.
Yes, you can see TUGI had a powerful drink. Mark is warming up on level 19. The question we ask before every match, do you want to play same piece sets, guys? Yes, we will roll you the seat. And then when you're ready, we can start this round of 16 match. Mark is up for SPS. Let's wait for TUGI's decision. TUGI as well. So Adam, roll the seat for the players. And then, whenever they're ready, we start the match. Round of 16, best of 9, level 18 only, Paldas, Madness. Between those two great players, I can't wait what happens today.
TUGI is ready for the first game. And Mark is ready, so we start the match in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Good luck, have fun, guys, and show us.
Hello, Ivan.
Hello, Ivan, welcome. And show us, guys, how PAL Tetris should be played. TUGI already with the first Tetris. Mark is waiting for the long bar he can convert. And TUGI already with 2 Tetrises. Marcus too busy, I suppose, building his left side and wasn't ready for the Tetris. And TUGI with another Tetris. TUGI is going perfect right now. Another Tetris for TUGI.
Well, that's kind of what we had expected, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'm afraid TUGI had to burn his first line of the match. And both players are playing neck and neck. 117 for Mark, 116 for TUGI. And both with very clean stacks. Trying to be as efficient as possible. both capable of very high transition score, both capable of playing post transition. So can't wait how the match develops.
Mark now with some trouble on the left. It's getting kind of tricky, but manages it very, very well. Now be open and guess at the Tetris. TUGI wasn't able to use this moment of Mark having to burn. Actually, Mark now with a Tetris lead. Already taken at equal scores once again.
Almost equal lines, almost equal scores, and very nice paces for both players. 50-19 over 200k. This is what we really like to have seen.
Well, double 700k in the first game, why not?
It would be a great advertisement of our tournament for sure. To give another Tetris, 286, Mark 285. But TUGI is 3 lines ahead. Mark scores the Tetris, TUGI scores the Tetris, 66 lines for Mark 308, 69 lines for TUGI 310.
Well, both players are playing basically perfect games now. Nothing really to distinguish them. I don't think there was a single moment any of them had a lead of 2 Tetrises for more than like about 10 or 15 seconds. Once again, they are exactly even. Exchanging the Tetrises. Mark 378 at 80 lines, TUGI 381 at 83 lines. Mark now having to burn a few lines. Will be fine. Now guess the Tetris. Level up the score, exactly even in score and exactly even in lines. It cannot get any closer in this game.
Both players aiming like for 600k plus transition.
Another perfect tie at 450,000 points at 95 lines. That is crazy. And they don't seem to be stopping by any means.
Now TUGI has had to take some schemes. Oh, and needs a long bar right now. Okay, and needs a long bar, gets a long bar, gets a Tetris. 503 for TUGI. Mark wasn't able to score so many Tetrises. Mark, 520 at the moment. TUGI with 507. Mark 20 lines to transition, TUGI 16.
Mark has taken this chance. Actually, he's now on a Tetris lead.
Yeah, now, because he was behind in lines and he was able to convert it. Yeah, Adam, you're right.
Now 2 Tetris lead. Mark 566 at 119 lines, TUGI 554 at 124 lines. This game is gonna be decided on the 19 speeds, and both players can transition very close to 600k. TUGI 1 line off. That Mark already with 600k. That is gonna be a double 600k game. Already it is. So we have the highest losing score of the tournament so far in the first game of the match. TUGI has to burn. Both players survive the transition very well. Mark with the slightest of leads, about half a Tetris, about 10 to 15,000 points depending on the exact moment. And they both are relatively clean. Now Mark has some trouble on the left. Mark in a lot of trouble. Mark is going to top out. What will be the final score? Mark tops out. TUGI, in order to take this game, you need to get to 627,000 points. 627,000 points. You need to score 5 more thousand points in order to take this game. It's 3 more thousand now. It looks like TUGI is gonna do it. This double will be enough. TUGI takes the first game.
TUGI takes the first game with an excellent level 19 play. TUGI, if you want, play it out. Level 19 Mullins are encouraged in our tournament.
Looks like TUGI set up for the Tetris. That's a very good setup. Guess the Tetris. Getting very close to yet another 700k of the tournament for him.
Yeah, That's what I wanted to ask, if TUGI can be the only player with not only one, but two 700Ks. No, unfortunately not. TUGI goes for 666, 080, and 174 lines in game number 1, and 1-0 for TUGI. GG's. Oh, that was intense.
Yes, new seed is first 2 digits up. So now it is going to be BD, BE, D3. They are ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Hello, KNT.
Hello, welcome in the stream. Yes, KNT, they're both capable of crazy thing, and already in game 1, both players proved what they are able to do with Paldas.
It was almost 1.3 combined, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, there was few points away.
Yeah.
So this will be for sure also the best, highest scoring game combined from both players. So already 2 records of the tournament broken in game number 1. Let's see how it goes. I only expect the players to warm up and be ready for more. But now TUGI has some minor problems with his stack. Shouldn't be anything fatal. It's nice to open it if he gets the proper pieces, and he gets them and is open. But meanwhile, Mark with 140, TUGI with 103. So about two early Tetris lead for Mark. Mark goes crazy, takes another Tetris, 163. TUGI takes a Tetris, 126.
Mark is playing so incredibly clean. Both this and previous game. Had the advantage going into transition in the previous game of almost a Tetris. Tuki managed to overcome that. At this point, it's 210,000 points, now 233,000 points at 14.7 lines for Mark. Tuki about 2 Tetris behind. Also with a very good score for tournament, but can't really fight against such a pace.
Yeah, Marco about 3 Tetrises ahead right now. As we know, everything can happen very, very quickly. Everything can change. But both players with perfectly drawn stack in the book or something like that. This is something what causes no problems for both of them. They are Tetris ready. They have nice left side, and then building for Tetris, exchanging the Tetris. Mark 351 after 72 lines. TUGI also with a nice pace, but this game is a monster game from Mark's side.
Yes, TUGI is doing the best he can do, trying to not fall too much behind, hoping Mark falls into some trouble, and even if it fails, if Mark transitions eventually with like 650, which is very much possible at this point, it's not like it's bad for TUGI if it's even 100,000 points behind. That's most likely the best he can do if it comes up, if it finishes up in this way.
Yeah, because if we had to look for some weaknesses from Mark's side after game number 1, definitely we would be able to say this is the level 19. But maybe now Mark's level 19 will look better. This was only one game, so can't say that will happen for the whole match. But Yes, Mark. Mark with a Q. I agree with you. Also, his board wasn't perfect in game number 1 after the working transitions.
Mark 515,106 lines, TUGI 440,000 at 104 lines and 4 lines. Now adds one more Tetris to that. Mark also gets another Tetris. It looks like it's going to be back-to-back 600k transition for Mark.
Will it be back-to-back 600k losing score?
Well, this time the date is gonna be much greater, surely. Assuming nothing extraordinary happens with the next few lines.
Yeah, but TUGI is doing a great job trying to be as efficient as he can. His board is also looking good. TUGI 533, Mark another 600k, 608.
Mark can still score 2 more Tetrises.
Yeah, TUGI is ready only for one before transition. Will he go for it, or will he stack for something else? No,
Mark will have some trouble during transition though. This board is way too high for a safe transition. Mark's in a lot of trouble. Mark won't get anything to the right. Mark tops out. TUGI, in order to take this game, you need to get to 614,000 points. 614,000 points is the score to get. Luke is waiting for the L, doesn't get the L. He does the best he can. Doesn't really have anything to quick tap. That was too late. I'm afraid that's not gonna be enough. TUGI will top out. Very close, but not enough. Mark takes the game.
And we are 1-1 after 2 games. Yeah, this transition for TUGI was pretty harsh. Pretty unlucky pieces falling down. And we have 1-1. Both players, yeah, TUGI with almost 600k mark, double 600 in first 2 games. It's intense, and there are more games to come.
The next one starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Yeah, both players scored in their first 2 game over 1.2 million points. That's insane.
They don't seem to be slowing down by any means.
We don't want them to slow down. We want them to, go even crazier. I think they both know, that they can't sorry, I lost my I lost my mind. Okay, Adam, over to you maybe.
Hello, Pumpy.
Hello, Pumpy, welcome.
Well, if you don't know what to say, you can always say that Sweden sucks. Just some truism in here. Mark now will have to dig just a bit. Kind of tricky board. It can be burned very easily. Can be burned. This burn can also get very difficult if it doesn't get the piece. Now has this hole in the middle of the board, which is very unpleasant.
But gets a Tetris.
Well, that was very aggressive by Mark, actually. Worked out pretty well.
Yeah, but TUGI took a chance immediately to build 2 Tetrises lead. And I want to say something to Mark Tetris. I also hope that Paldas never dies. I also think it's too good. So yeah, if we have such players like this, but TUGI and Mark, immediate trouble, simul trouble. Okay, TUGI should solve it, and Mark, when he gets to long bar, should be okay. But where is the long bar for Mark? There is the long bar. Okay, Mark requires some burning, so TUGI is another chance for the Austrian player to extend his lead in this game.
TUGI's left is really terrible, though. He's getting all the pieces he needs. Wow, that was really great RNG for TUGI to fill this left that easily. Now leading by about 4 Tetrises. With this Tetris, that's gonna be a 100,000 points lead for TUGI, nearly exactly.
And the same line count, so Mark in trouble in this game. But we are halfway through transition, so a lot can change. Oh my gosh, it's like the match is so intense and I can't find proper words. Sorry. Hello, małe żółte krety 1, 2, 3. Welcome in the chat.
Hello. TUGI, it looks like he managed to extend this lead even further. Now over 100,000 points lead, but takes the safety triple. That was very wise from his side, I believe. Gets the T-spin, that's gonna help a lot. Mark says if we get a 700k this match, he will put 6 more euros into the matcherino. That would be great.
Maybe someone else wants to put some other euros, dollars, or any other currency to the prize pool. If yes, Adam, leave the link. And I give the score update, 310 for Mark, 411 for TUGI. So TUGI maintains this 100,000 point lead over Mark. Mark is finally clean, but we are like about 35 lines before transition. TUGI had to close the well for a moment, but should be...
TUGI with some serious DAS problems. It had a series of misdrops. All DAS misdrop, DAS caused misdrop. Can survive it, but that's a really great chance for Mark, and it looks like, despite the score being like 3 Tetris behind, Mark is in the advantage game-wise.
And board-wise.
But Mark also in a lot of trouble. It looks like that was a very rough sequence for both. Mark will finally be open, but TUGI will top out. There's no way he gets anything to the right, I believe, before the transition soon enough. So it looks like 2 more Tetrises for Mark will be enough to take this game. TUGI tops out. Mark, in order to take this game, you need to get to 430,000 points. 1 more Tetris will do, and Mark is ready for this Tetris, needs this Tetris, and gets the Lombard for it, so Mark takes the game.
Yeah, the second part was very unfortunate for TUGI. He went very well, very efficient in the first half, but then the second half was deadly for him. And we have 2-1 for Mark after 3 games.
TUGI, as always, immediately ready. And Mark as well. The game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, we are gonna have to replay this game. Something's wrong with the seeds.
Yeah, players, please stop out. The seed is not correct. I think we roll a new seed for the players because there's something which is not working properly. Also, the last digits are different. So players, please stop out. And Adam, please roll a new seed for the players. And we will replay game number 4. No problem, TUGI. Happens to everyone.
They are ready. The game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. It looks like bot is down once again. No, it was just a lag on the bot side. So it's all fine.
Yeah, and this time the seed is the same on both sides. So yeah, we can safely continue with game number 4. TUGI already got Tetris, Mark as well.
TUGI starts with 4 Tetrises in a row.
With
Mark
5 right now.
also with 4 in a row. It's a crazy start. How are they able to play with such an efficiency? All the game throughout. And the first 2 games, and now the start of this game, also the start of the 3rd game, were all very, very efficient.
Adam, maybe they finally started to train enough.
You never train enough. You need to train more.
But maybe they are having good training routine, which allows them to bring those high scoring games almost every single game.
Training more is a very, very good.
But sorry for interrupting you, but Mark is a little bit high. And let's see. Okay, should be fine. Wasn't sure if, but Mark got perfect pieces and perfect placements, so nothing major. Sorry, Adam, for interrupting you. Please continue.
Now I've forgotten what I wanted to say. Never mind.
You wanted to say something about training.
Yeah, you need to train more. That's it.
Okay.
TUGI with a lead of about 3 Tetrises now, and both players with some huge imperfections. Mark in a lot of trouble. Mark with series of DAS missed drops and DAS mistakes. That's gonna be it for Mark. TUGI is gonna take this game.
Mark tops out at 179. 740 early top outs are not welcome in this match. Sorry, Mark, but giving away a game to TUGI. Yeah, and we have 2-2 after 4 games.
The 5th game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Once again, we have our very classical scenario. After 4 games, both players exchanged early top out and a full game.
Full game. Mm-hmm. By early top out, we mean a game which didn't go to transition. This is how we define, in our view, the early top out. Yeah, the last game was really weird for Mark. I haven't seen him very often with so many dust problems in a row. I hope
TUGI actually had exactly the same in game 3. So a series of
maybe that's not
very high
Adam,
on the board.
Maybe it's not the dust issue. Maybe the nerves also played a role, because there is a match, round of 16. The winner gets to quarterfinal. The stakes are higher and higher, so maybe also the so-called mental factor plays a role. We can't exclude it.
Of course. Yepper is waiting for the winner of this match in the quarterfinals already.
Yeah, but we already know that if it wins either TUGI or Mark, it won't be an easy opponent for Yepper. So I hope, Yepper, if you can hear us, you train more, because you will need more skill against one of those Tetris beasts. And Czechoscia, greetings from balcony. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Hello.
Score update. 178 for Mark, 201 for TUGI.
TUGI, once again with almost a Tetris lead, 3 lines behind, so it should get all even very, very soon. But TUGI manages to get yet another Tetris. Mark had to burn a few lines. So now TUGI with basically with the Tetris leads. But at this point TUGI will have to burn a few lines as well. That's very
Hello,
tricky
HEZZULI.
board for TUGI actually. Gets back-to-back Lombard. That was very, very helpful. It's time to put into that hole. Put it on time. But Mark has taken the opportunity, managed to catch up with the score. TUGI takes it back. TUGI, depending on the particular moment of this game, is either on the perfectly even score with Mark or one Tetris ahead. Hello, HEZZULI.
HEZZULI, don't forget that you play a next match, so I don't know if Jack and Coke is a proper preparation for this match.
Yes, go for the balcony option.
Okay, 366 for Mark, 367 for TUGI, the same line count, the same score, and yeah, they are on their tracks, so maybe they needed like 1 or 2 games to reset and go back to this beast mode. Okay, HEZZULI, I understand. One makes you stronger, 10 makes you dumber. Okay. Okay, 395, 395, exact the same score for both players, and both are not ready for their Tetrises. But TUGI's board is a little bit more complicated.
TUGI once again has fallen in trouble, and massive trouble pace-wise. That's gonna take a lot of burning. It's not even that obvious this transition is gonna be safe at this point. He had to add yet another hole to his stack. This is looking very bad for TUGI. He's already 2 Tetrises behind Mark at this point. And this is going to be a very, very long burn. It has only 14 lines. Of course, still
Hello,
can survive
Merkel,
it.
welcome in the chat.
But it looks like now he will need kind of RNG help. Gets the Lombard, that's great. TUGI will be able to bring it all back down, but Mark is going to transition with over 500k. Now one more line to the transition, 519. TUGI transitions with 443. Survives the transition, goes for an immediate Tetris. There was no base for this Tetris, unfortunately, for TUGI. Has to burn now and has this unpleasant hole. That's very difficult board for TUGI. Gets the pieces he needs and gets the Lombard. That is gonna help a lot. TUGI will survive it. Mark also survives the transition, is almost 100,000 points ahead at this point. So TUGI very, very much behind. Sets up for the Tetris. Mark will top out, it looks like. TUGI goes for this Tetris. That was not a good Tetris setup by TUGI by any means. That's gonna be deadly for him. TUGI tops out and Mark takes the game. Very unfortunate for TUGI. There was no ace for this Tetris setup, unfortunately. Didn't work out this time.
Yeah, and advantage Mark after 5 games. But there are still 4 games possible to be played.
Hello, Merke.
I hope
they are ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Yeah, and as I said, I hope that we can see all 4 of them.
Hello, Tom.
We have a few new viewers today. That's nice to see. Hope you enjoy your time.
Here's the link to the Discord server if you haven't joined yet. TUGI starts with a pretty difficult board now. That's very dangerous for TUGI. That's extremely dangerous for TUGI. He needs Lombard right now, gets it almost at the last possible moment. Now will have to burn very high. He needs to go for this dependency and doesn't go with this L to the right. That's gonna be very tricky. He has the double to burn. He didn't burn this double. Now closes the well. I don't think he can survive it. TUGI is going to top out. Mark takes the game.
Oh, it was very unfortunate for TUGI. Mark takes a free game, I would say, and leads 4-2. Yeah, but all of this misfortune happened to TUGI. Started with his left side. Once again, his left side wasn't looking good, and then the stack got higher and higher, and TUGI.
They are ready. The game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. After the very strong start, 3 600Ks and 1 almost 600K within first 2 games, it looks like Mark finally managed to get the edge over TUGI.
Yeah, but I hope TUGI can come back to the match. It would be nice to see a decider between those two players. Still, anything can happen.
TUGI once again starts with a lead of about 1 Tetris. Now mate is too bad. Mark follows immediately. Mark has a pretty complicated board. Actually, now we'll be able to get rid of these problems, especially with this that was very helpful. And TUGI misdropped an O piece very high on the board. Gets really great pieces. Get rid of this hole. Manages to get a Tetris. Oh, didn't go for Wits. That was a perfect Wits setup. Decided to go the safe way, but maintains the lead of about 1 and a bit Tetris. Mark 213,000 at 47 lines. TUGI 238,000 at 53 lines. So now we are basically even. Both scores and lines.
Yeah, but TUGI's board is looking better right now. Mark has this Z-Spire. Should work around it. Okay, fix everything. Both players are clean. And both players with very similar scores. 307 for Mark, 306 for TUGI. But TUGI was Tetris ready and converted the long board into Tetris. Mark has to build for his own. And Mark scored a Tetris, but meanwhile TUGI was ready for another one. And another Tetris for TUGI, so very fortunate timing of long boards for TUGI in this game. 375 for TUGI, 354 for Mark. Another Tetris for TUGI. And Mark scores his Tetris as well. So nice period of a game where both players are going very efficient without any major problems. Simply scoring Tetrises as soon as they get their long bars. 422 TUGI, 402 Mark. And another Tetris. So TUGI is like approaching those about 2 Tetrises lead over Mark. Now has to take few schemes. And Mark is also waiting for the long bar, also had to skim few lines. 453 for Mark, 473 for TUGI.
This looks like a potential double 600k transition actually. Both players are on pace for that. TUGI maintains the one Tetris lead very nicely throughout the whole game basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because in the last like 20 or 30 lines, or even 40, I don't know exactly, they are going very cleanly and getting Tetris after Tetris, so yeah, the lead can't change that much.
Now this left for TUGI may be troublesome. It's something to get in there. Had to burn a few lines, so it looks like Mark is gonna take this chance to even up the score. Mark 570 at 125 lines, TUGI 591 at 127 lines, and Mark in trouble on his board, with trouble on his board. Is he going to set up there or just burn into transition? It looks like he's setting up, and that was a very crucial mistake. I don't think there's anything Mark can do in this game anymore. Oh no, that's gonna be it, and TUGI will take this game.
Yeah, and TUGI, please play, because when you get 700k, Mark Tetris has to open his pocket. So let's hope that you can bring it to 700.
Now we can only guess what would have happened if Mark decided not to go for this Tetris but burn into transition. He wouldn't be so far behind, only like 20,000 points, maybe even less. This wouldn't be so much of a difference. Gets
can he survive it?
He didn't tag the long bar. Very interesting that decision. Now the left is very problematic. Needs tippies to put in there. Gets the T. It looks like he will survive it. Very nicely played. Wow, that was a really great dig by TUGI. 700k incoming. Oh, hope so. This would be the second 700k of the tournament, and also the second of TUGI's.
$678 for TUGI.
It's very close. It's very close, playing very cleanly. Well, that's truly amazing. After two very bad games for his standards, manages to pull out a game like this. Really crazy. Next double will be 700k, and next
one more
will
line,
be, and here we have it. It's the second 700k of the tournament, and also the second of TUGI's. Now let's see. I believe he can go for 800k in this game. He's playing really, really well there.
And we have the $6. So thank you for the donation to the pool. $606.66.
Oh, that was very unfortunate for TUGI. The series had to go for the Spire and didn't get anything to work around it. TUGI tops out, but we have a new highest score of the tournament so far.
And new highest lines, because TUGI in his previous 700k had 209, now 219. So TUGI improved both records. And we have 4-2-3. So Ryan, your prediction is wrong.
Hello, Massive Zebra. They are ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Guys, we are 7 games in, and both players collected over 3 million points each. Yeah, I want to check the Macherino, but I hope. I think it should be Mark, but I want to confirm. Yes, it was Mark Tetris for Let's Go TUGI. So thank you very much for your donation, Mark. 606 6, 6, 6. We miss 1, 6, guys, in the middle. Anyone wanting to fix it?
Ryan says that the winner of this wins the tournament. We'll see. There's Merke on the way. There's also Jepper on the way. Crushing everyone in this tournament so far. Mark with some trouble on his board, and TUGI was 1 Tetris in the lead. Now we'll have to skim a few lines, gets the Tetris, so we'll maintain the lead and actually can exceed it to 2, as Mark needs to keep burning for a few more lines, and TUGI does it. 2 Tetris lead for TUGI at this point. It's TUGI's time to burn, though. It's pretty dangerous, but can work around it. Something. Oh, that was very unfortunate for TUGI. TUGI now in kind of trouble, but gets this piece and gets the lumbar. That's going to be very helpful. Opens up the well. Mark has taken the chance. Leveled up the score. TUGI with this Tetris manages to get 1 Tetris lead back.
291 for Mark, 294 for TUGI. So they are very neck and neck in this game number 8.
Well, so far it really looks like TUGI is the superior run in the post-transition. Mark hasn't really been able to go into 19 at all, actually. His highest lines is 142 lines from the very first game of the match.
Yeah, so definitely it's not Mark's game post-transition. So this should help TUGI to make some strategical decisions for the rest of the match. And meanwhile, 366 for Mark, 392 for TUGI.
TUGI is definitely on the lead. Mark 373 at 96 lines. TUGI 438 at 102 lines. So 6 lines ahead, but about 3 Tetrises worth of score ahead as well.
And isn't TUGI going too crazy?
That's another very tricky board. If you get the pieces you need, it will be like nothing happened. If you got 2 very bad pieces in this situation, this would be game over potentially. Not a top out, but game over in terms of getting into such a dig that Mark would have caught up on you. TUGI maintains the lead now, 80,000 points the lead is. And TUGI will go for this 2 Tetris, I believe. Gets the Tetris. TUGI 4 lines till transition, 536. Mark already needs mathematically 19 play in this game. TUGI transitions with 560. Mark will transition with the next Tetris or 4 burns. Will be at least 30,000 behind. Mark transitions with 524. TUGI is playing on 19. Mark is playing on 19 as well. TUGI has the lead of about about 45,000 points, but TUGI is in kind of trouble. Needs the lumbar. Didn't wait for the lumbar, and this board is not looking nice for TUGI. Still can survive it, but needs a bit of RNG help. Goes with the piece to the left. That's another great survival by TUGI. TUGI will survive it. Mark 544, TUGI 585. So TUGI maintains the lead of about 40,000. That's not a safe lead by any means, though. It looks like we are gonna have a run till the top out. TUGI goes for the Tetris and gets the Tetris. That was a great setup by TUGI. 600k for TUGI. Mark in a bit of trouble. TUGI also in a bit of trouble. Nothing that will kill them. Mark does very great job. They are going really, really crazy. TUGI now needs something to the right. Gets the Lombard to the right. Sets up the dependency. Playing very well. It looks like they will be both back to safety. Now Mark with a bit better board, much better board actually. TUGI has to go for such a placement on the left, and that's gonna be very difficult for TUGI to get out of it anymore. Will need a quick tap basically to the left. Doesn't decide to go for the quick tap, goes for the burn, after which he could have gotten L to the left. Still survives, but he's in a very difficult situation. Now misdrops. TUGI will top out. What will be the top out score? Mark, in order to win the match, you need to get to 644,000 points. 644,000 points is the score to get. 644,000 points.
And suddenly Mark is playing his best level 19 game of the match.
It's about 33,000 more. So one Tetris will be enough at this point. I don't think he's gonna set up for it though.
Or is he?
Oh, that misdrop is gonna be crucial. That's gonna be it. There's no way out of it, I believe, with this right. That's gonna be it. He won't make it. There's no way he's making it. That's so unfortunate for Mark.
And we have a decider.
Takes the game.
We have a decider. Oh my god, guys. We have a decider. TUGI was 2-4 down, and then 724, 643 back to back, and we are 4-4. Guys, we have a decider. One game will decide who advances to the quarterfinal. Oh my gosh, it's so intense, guys. It's so intense.
Hello, Oliva. TUGI is ready.
Hello.
And Mark is ready. Let's start the decider in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Adam, can you believe Mark average losing score is 507 and his average losing clients is 135 after those 8 games?
Well,
average losing score.
As I said, TUGI actually seems to be outplaying Mark by a bit in these games, but TUGI had 2 early top outs, which made a lot of difference. Mark had only 1. Now this decider will decide everything.
Yeah.
This match is too short, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too short. We would to, yeah, but yeah, we have to extend the matches for the next year.
TUGI falls into some trouble. Ideally would need a Lombard and gets it, but Mark has taken the opportunity and now he's 2 Tetrises in the lead. Massive Zebras asks how is TUGI 14 seed. TUGI underperformed in the qualifiers quite massively. Now he's bringing it all back in the matches, especially this one.
Okay, quick score update. Mark 167, TUGI 105. So this time Mark is trying to outpace TUGI in this decider.
Thanks. Looks like Mark in this game is keeping this about 2 Tetris lead very safely, both at 52 lines. Mark with 218, TUGI with 179. Now Mark needs something to the left pretty soonish. The Spire can get out of control very quickly. Decides to go for this left wall dependency. It was very nice to play. Actually, TUGI also with some trouble, so something must have been wrong with the sequence, I believe. Oh, TUGI doesn't go for this dirty well, playing very safely. It's interesting. Now he himself has some trouble on the left. This burn made... Oh, what was this lumbar? Set up a dependency. Mark with perfectly clean board, set now for the Tetris. Mark is in the lead of about 4 Tetrises now. One more Tetris and it's gonna be 100,000 points, and it actually is. Mark now with a 100,000 points lead, reduced to about 80,000 with this Tetris of TUGI's.
Yeah, but for the most important thing for TUGI is that he's finally get out of trouble and he can go for the efficiency in this game.
This is very interesting what he will now try to do. He has about 40 and a bit lines.
Okay, he has to reopen the well, and he does it. 268 for TUGI, 369 for Mark, so Mark maintains this 100k lead. And another Tetris for TUGI, 313. Mark, 393. Another Tetris for Mark. Both players trying to squeeze as many Tetrises as they can before transition. And Adam, I think it will be one of the best post-transitions in terms of the dramaturgy of the matches. 365 for...
It really looks like TUGI will need some 19 play to take this game. Mark still maintains this 100,000 points lead. And with this Tetris of Mark's, I believe TUGI now mathematically needs 19 play to take this game. Mark still 100,000 points ahead. With this Tetris of Mark's, TUGI definitely needs 19 play in this game.
Yeah, so
Mark is
TUGI...
playing so cleanly once again, just when he needed it most. TUGI getting pretty high, that's not safe for the transition. What he will do now? Sets up for this Tetris, that's very dangerous with this left. That's very dangerous for TUGI. That's extremely dangerous for TUGI. Has to go for it now, needs like a quick tap. Misses the piece to the right, that's gonna be it. TUGI tops out. And Mark takes the game. TUGI once again in this match, once again in this tournament, once again in the Paldas history, goes for the Tetris to transition, which turns out to be deadly, not even getting the chance for the chase down.
Oh my god. Oh, it was an intense match. 5-4. It couldn't have ended another way. The players are so good at so evenly matched. But in this last game, it was the game for Mark, and Mark prevails. Mark advances to the next round, the quarterfinals, where he meets Yepper. Oh my god, guys, what a match, what a match. What a shame it was only round of 16, but this was, yeah, very, very good match. Both players delivered. Such a great match. Thank you, TUGI, for your participation in the tournament. You did really, really well, both in the match show against Peyton and today against Mark. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed. Mark, congratulations for the win. Congratulations for advancing to the next round.
TUGI asks what he was supposed to do. Not go for this Tetris at all, just burn into transition. It was 100,000 points of the deficit. There isn't too much of a difference between 100 and 150 at transition actually. So much of a chase down. That was a lot. Yes, TUGI, that's what I mean. That was too late. The mistakes were earlier. Oh, I wouldn't have set up for those Tetrises in this way. I was sure of that. So here we have the match stats. That's absolute madness here on the board.
Over 8.6 million points. Guys, the previous highest scoring match of the tournament was 6.6 million, so there are 2 million points more, and both players with a combined lines of 2,310. Oh my god. Oh my god. As you can see... Yes, I'm sorry.
And it's not the end for today. We have a match which is scheduled for literally now. And
Yeah, but I
guess...
think we should take like 5 minutes break because we have to calm down a little bit. HEZZULI and NENU, please forgive us, but we need like those 5 minutes break, and we'll be back with another match.
Let us prepare everything here. I won't put the timer because it's gonna be so short. Just changing everything here and there. Hello, Gerald. Here we have the players' profiles. We'll talk about it in just a second. Let me just bring the rest of the needed things into OBS. Right, here we are, another round of 16 match. NENU, seed 7, qualified with qualifying score of 647,000 points. Against HEZZULI, seed 10, qualified with qualifying score of 637,000 points. Had to play one match in which he defeated Rocco in the decider. Let me just refresh the players once again, just in case. Here we have them. I see HEZZULI is on the Tetris Dream, and I guess NENU is on the gym as well.
Oh, there's TUGI here?
No, he's not.
Hello, TUGI.
Hello.
Hello, Hello. Hello, Adam.
Wanna comment with us another match?
Well, it says that it's open commentary, so I thought.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yes, that would be great.
We appreciate your commentary. It was it was intense to comment your match, so any help would be appreciated. Yeah, TUGI, well played. But unfortunately, the last game didn't go your way. But anyway,
No, I was happy to play. I was happy with my 19 play.
yeah,
because I don't play. The problem is I don't play any 18 games. I tried playing some 18 games today, and I couldn't get to transition like one time after like an hour of trying. So, well, I'm glad at least the 19 training is.
Hello, NENU, welcome.
Hello. Right, so both players, do you want to play SPS? I believe you both have the technical capabilities to do it.
Adam, TUGI, I propose something that you will take over the commentary and I will do the tech stuff. Do you agree with this?
Yes, of course. Both players want to do SPS, so here we have the seed.
So Adam, what do you think about same piece sets?
What do you mean? In what way? I mean, they are great in a way that you can't really complain about RNG thanks to them.
I don't know. I remember this guy a couple of years ago was telling me that same piece sets were completely useless.
Well, yeah, at the end of the day, they are, if the match is properly long. But it's very nice in a way that in this way you can't really complain about RNG.
I think this player was playing best of fives and was then playing not SPS because they said they were still useless.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that still.
I agree as well.
For me, it's like I play SPS or not, doesn't really matter. I really like it in a way that in this way you can't really complain from many. HEZZULI is ready, and NENU is ready, so you can start the match in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yet another best of 9, all 18, only DAS. NENU starts with a misdrop, I believe. Huge misadjustment. I didn't manage to see what it was exactly, but manages to get out of it immediately, and the both players score their first Tetrises.
Look at that adjustment from NENU. He's so aware. Every single time you watch him play, you just learn something. You're just like, oh, that piece can go that way. Wait. He's so smart. And I mean, HEZZULI, he's also smart sometimes. And they're both, actually, HEZZULI has, yes, he hasn't burned a line yet, and NENU has burned a line so far. So you can judge who the better stacker is from that. Both players, very clean. NENU is needs a J piece or a long bar. He's going to reopen the well. He's now Tetris ready, but would like a J piece. Now just going to take a double there with a long bar. And meanwhile, HEZZULI is taking a 2 Tetris advantage. Makes it 3 Tetrises now. 137 for HEZZULI and 78,000 for NENU, who's playing very clean, but just not getting any Tetrises. But there's one. 102 for NENU, and there's another one. You can see HEZZULI's really doing a very good job of building out his left side. I think one of the players in the previous match was doing a very bad job of doing that. And I think they're learning quite a bit by watching this play. Good T-piece to the left side. Not getting any Tetrises, but is basically just allowed to be as clean as he wants for as long as he wants while he has that left side. And he's actually caught up, is 2 lines ahead, but at the same score. There's another Tetris for NENU, while HEZZULI waiting for the bar. Actually, NENU's gone on a bit of a run here, But if HEZZULI gets this next Tetris, we'll be neck and neck.
Hello, Hepta. Yes, this is a Paul Das tourney.
HEZZULI with the awkward square piece. He's going to end up with a hole, and it's not going to be accessible even if he puts an L piece to the right side. So needed a bar eventually to the right. Now is a choice of deciding to build on top of this garbage, which he is going to do. And he's Tetris ready now. NENU, meanwhile, is 2 Tetrises ahead. He's also 5 lines ahead. But also a much cleaner board right now for NENU. HEZZULI's left side has really suffered. Does get a Ro16 Tetris, but would need some T pieces preferably.
Well, now NENU really managed to build up some lead, leading by almost 100,000 points at this point. So, wow, what was this burn? Is he going to stay on the 3rd column? I believe so. But still... Oh, this didn't burn. He must have thought this would have burned, but it didn't. That's gonna mean some additional burning ahead of HEZZULI, and NENU is still Tetrising and Tetrising. Now over 115,000 points ahead. Getting yet another Tetris. This is looking very bad for HEZZULI in this game. Goes for this Tetris. Very dirty one, gets it. NENU in some trouble though. NENU in quite a lot of trouble. We have to burn quite a lot as well. But with about 140,000 points lead, HEZZULI misdrops. Once again, that's gonna be very difficult for HEZZULI.
Yeah, NENU there, his board just got a little bit out of control, but he made a very good decision with the J piece. If you caught that, he tucked it in, and that kept his right side open for a Tetris, which allowed him to alleviate a lot of pressure, and is now clean after going through the motions. 495 for NENU and 358 for HEZZULI. So HEZZULI needs to clean this board up immediately because he's only got 8 lines until 19, and he's going to need some 19 to get this game. But right now, a long bar is what he needs right now. But unfortunately, misdrops the T piece, and HEZZULI's done at 359, and NENU, with a clean transition at 545 and is still going, is going to take game number 1.
Already with almost 550 in the very first game. It's really good stuff from him. We do the same procedure, incrementing the first 2 digits of the seed by 1 after each game. NENU is ready.
Do we have some technical issues with HEZZULI camera?
Oh, well, I was just about to start wondering if they are. No, they aren't. It was just camera cover. Looks like HEZZULI will be ready very, very soon-ish. Now he isn't. He's forgotten to put this hit in. He will be around about now. I believe he's ready. We can start the game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite parts of the LoL Pug Cup. Because, I mean, it's a small thing, but it's so nice to be able to just start matches when players are ready. Because you wouldn't believe it, but like every second streamer just decides to take a million years to talk about something instead of just starting the game when both players are ready. Which is nice, which is very nice. HEZZULI going for a modern art piece. Oh, nice sequence there, although you will need an abundance of Z's or T's. Now I would like some T's or S's. And that S piece, not good timing. tucks in the L piece. Might be setting up for an extremely dirty Tetris. It looks like he's gonna get it.
That was not a Tetris, that was just a triple.
Oh, was it? Well, your stream is lagging, that's why.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. No, it just caught some
Apology.
frame, so I swear it looked like a Tetris. Okay, maybe I'm just stupid. All right, now NENU's got the early advantage and has had some troubles on his left side. Unfortunately, not going to work out perfectly with that L piece, but finds some good pieces for the left. Left looking good now for NENU. Gets a Tetris 140 for NENU, 80,000 for HEZZULI. HEZZULI with a great board as well. Right now, this is just good. Good 18 play, good solid stacking here from both. Just keeping it clean.
And
Good out to the left.
And with an extraordinary early pace though. 209 now made it 232 at 46 lines. Zuli 175 at 44 lines. That is a massive pace from NENU.
Yeah, so early goings here, but NENU's on good course to enter at least the halfway point with something of a good transition. Decides to fill in the dependency before going for the Tetris. Good decision there. And is rewarded with another bar. Won't get the Tetris and is now at 302. Gets another Tetris. Goes up to 324 and yet to reach the halfway point in lines. HEZZULI really needs an L piece to make that clean. Now has to burn through all of that garbage on top of the hole before he can get any Tetrises. And some DAS issues there for HEZZULI. Good solve there, tucking in the T piece. Oh, but that misdrop of the S piece might just be the catalyst for the end, and that hang to the left side is going to do it for HEZZULI. He's not going to get anything over to the left, and HEZZULI's done at 258. NENU was having an excellent start.
NENU, please continue if you want. The space is truly exceptional.
I think, Adam, you can help me out here. What is NENU's DAS PB on PAL?
NENU's DAS PB on PAL is very low, 700k. Let me check what it is exactly. It's 701,000 at 280, I believe.
Yes, so if NENU goes perfect here to the transition, which he's not going to do, would have been a 690 transition. Now has 3 burns for a 670. Either way, as long as he can play this out cleanly, he's going to have not too big of a task on 19 if he wants to get a DAS PB here on PAL. Looks like he is giving it a good try of trying to go perfect, but unfortunately that T-piece now for the left side is going to prove catastrophic, because now left side is completely inaccessible, I believe. I don't think he can get anything over now, and then he's done at 562, unfortunately.
Hello, Balbar. NENU is ready and HEZZULI is ready, so we can start the game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Hepta says it's always the controller's fault, especially if you're a roller. Don't roll then. It's so easy, isn't it? NENU started with 2 Tetris in a row, now setting up for his third. That was a pretty awkward late triple by NENU. It slowed him down a bit. HEZZULI started with 4 Tetris in a row, playing extremely aggressively. Finished stacking, has entered the game. HEZZULI now with a lot of trouble. This looks like a very long burn is ahead of him. He doesn't get perfect pieces, but it looks like he's getting them. Still, this one hole will be there, thinking around for quite some time. Looks like after all this burning, NENU will be about 2 Tetris behind, with this Tetris just 1 behind. All players with perfectly clean stacks at the moment.
And you're there with a misshift with the Z piece. And it came at a bit of an awkward timing. So it's going to be more burning here for NENU, while HEZZULI has steered the ship and having a clean game now once again. Okay, and enter 43 lines at 191, while NENU's still behind at 114 at 43 lines. NENU here really hoping for a J piece. Ends up with a Lombard dependency over to the left side. Decides to fill it in. Was at a safe height to get it over. Takes a double for getting the Tetris. Not the most accommodating board here for NENU. But a T piece is going to help out massively here with safety of the left side. And meanwhile, HEZZULI's just Tetrising. Playing very cleanly here. 261 for HEZZULI. 146 for NENU. So I believe the first time in the set where HEZZULI's having a significant advantage here and playing clean over NENU. And has maintained it for basically all of the game. NENU's clean now. But while HEZZULI's Tetrising, there's not much NENU can do to bite into this lead. There's a bit of an awkward J piece. Gets the T piece, but decides not to tuck. And we'll tuck that one. 353 for HEZZULI with a Lombard dependency and NENU at 240. NENU S-burst though at the worst time and was forced to build a Lombard dependency, and now NENU's done. There's no way NENU can get out of this. And NENU's done at 241, and HEZZULI gonna take his first game of the set at 359. Looks like he would have been fine anyways.
HEZZULI is ready and NENU is ready. We start the next game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Massive Zebra asks if I have any plans to learn rolling. Well, if you remember this kind of list of things I wanna do, it says that I'll consider learning rolling once I get them all, and it looks like it's gonna take me quite some time to get them, so... well, unfortunately not. The emptiest stands for mittens. No, it doesn't stand for mittens.
MTN stands for mountains.
No, I am not at the mountains. What do you mean? HEZZULI with a pretty slow start in this game is yet to score a Tetris. NENU already with 2, so a bit of early hit for NENU in this one.
Yeah, looks like after a bit of a strange initial period of this game number 4, both players have maintained steadiness. Now just half a Tetris within each other. NENU with the advantage, but both players are clean. There's really not much to say right now. NENU really would like a J piece, but it's going to get the J piece. And it's always okay to make J dependencies because J's always show up. HEZZULI, though, decided to keep it at a J dependency, which was a wise choice. Some players would have made the Lombard dependency at that point, which would have been a disaster. But right now, HEZZULI with a Tetris, about a Tetris behind of NENU. 212 for NENU, 199 for HEZZULI. HEZZULI with a board full of places with S pieces gets a Z piece, and it's no place to place it, but actually ends up with a decent board. 222 for HEZZULI, and 236 for NENU.
Are basically exactly even. NENU with this dependency gets the number for it. That's gonna help quite a lot. HEZZULI with a rate of about 6,000 points, so he must have burned 3 or 2 more than NENU.
HEZZULI now with a big cliff here on this right side.
Once again, that's so aggressive.
Yes, now really needs an L piece. And now needs lots of bars. Gets 1 bar for the right side, but it actually came way too late in the sense that it's already wrecked his board and he's going to be stuck burning here for a bit. Doesn't really have that many opportunities to score Tetrises while burning this down. Could go for one here, but gets an immediate J piece, so he's just going to use it to burn. And he's going to hand over the lead here to NENU, as NENU is at 381, and HEZZULI at the same line count is at 332. And NENU just keeping it clean. HEZZULI's got a clean board now. His Tetris already gets a Tetris. But it's time running out here before 19. And if NENU can just keep this up, he's going to force HEZZULI to have to play some good 19 if he wants to take this game. HEZZULI does get an L piece right there. We'll need another L piece. Lots of L pieces there. 403 for HEZZULI, 436 for NENU, and they're at the same line count, so neither player has really been too efficient here. And they're pretty neck and neck. But a drought here forming here. And they both get the bar, both able to utilize that bar at the same exact point in the RNG right now. HEZZULI, unfortunately, has to concede building a hole here before getting the Tetris.
NENU has a very strong advantage at this point. Through to Tetris' lead. But I will have to burn a bit out of nowhere, and it's getting kind of out of hand. HEZZULI could have had a chance, but decided to go very aggressively, and that's gonna be it for HEZZULI. NENU takes the game. It was a top out of nowhere, basically, for HEZZULI.
Yeah, you can see the square hanging there on the left side for HEZZULI. That's what really killed it. If you were able to get it to the left side, which I don't think would have even required a quick tap, I'm pretty sure. There's good burning options, and there would have been enough lines to try and steady the board before transition, but unfortunate square there.
They are ready.
Oh,
Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
So I'm looking at the bracket. This is a pretty close game in seeds. NENU the 7 seed, HEZZULI the 10 seed. And the winner of this will face Mr. number 2 seed, Merker.
Yes,
in the
Merker,
next
the
round.
defending champion.
The defending champion as well.
Yeah, so no easy matchup in the quarterfinal. We either have another Finland versus Indonesia matchup, or maybe we have Finnish derby. But right now, advantage on NENU's side.
There are no easy matches in this tournament, though. At like, how many sweeps did we have? I believe 3. Liva swept White Monster, one of the early rounds. I believe we had 2 sweeps at the very first round of the tournament. Besides that, no one's given in. That's really great.
To be honest, Adam, you have, as for the standards of round of 16, relatively easy match. No offense, Mark Tetris, but yeah, 5-1 against Adam
NENU's in
was a bit of
trouble.
harsh.
Yes,
Manages
Mark,
to
you've
bring this Lombard to the left. That's gonna help. Oh, he didn't rotate this. Yeah, that was surprising. I was set up for this dirty Tetris. Gets Lombard just in time. HEZZULI wasn't really able to build any lead throughout this game so far. NENU is about 2 Tetrises ahead.
Oh, HEZZULI, I don't know if that was a misdrop, but ended up with a Lombard dependency. Decided to go for the Tetris, and now might use this opportunity to switch to column 3. Is just one single burn. Does have a hole, but his Tetris ready now in column 3. He's going to get 1 down there, but looks like he won't settle with column 3. Still quite a few options as to what he wants to do next. And with that S piece, looks like he might start building for this column 5 Tetris. Oh, unfortunately, that doesn't burn with the T piece, but it's another bar. And HEZZULI at 306, NENU at 367. NENU's also a couple lines ahead, but HEZZULI's going to use this opportunity to put his back over to the right side is what I was about to say, but now has decided to go for a column 4 Tetris.
Well, it
does
looks
get the
like
bar.
HEZZULI cannot really decide what to do in this game. He's going back to the right and then suddenly going back to the center, well, back and forth. Finally, it looks like he'll be able to stay on the right for quite some time, but he's now about 80,000 points behind and misdrops the piece on the left. That's gonna slow him down even further, I believe.
Yes, but just needs to stay calm because this is quite an easy solve, actually. But now, oh, okay, it does work out there with the LPs. Does end up with a J dependency here. It ends up with 2 J dependencies, actually. Is Tetris ready, though, and fills in both dependencies. 386 here for HEZZULI, hits the S-spin, but ending up with some holes. And gets a Tetris right there. NENU's ahead by about 55,000 points. And does have a cleaner board compared to HEZZULI's, whose board is now starting to run into some serious issues and loses DAS. And HEZZULI's going to be done at 410, so NENU going to take the 4-1 advantage after 5 games.
And NENU with a 4th 500k game in this match. The only one which wasn't 500 was the one he lost. So very consistent performance from NENU's side.
Let's see how far NENU can go. It's the highest score of the match so far, I believe. Is it? Wait.
Yes, Adam, 570.
Yes, now it is.
Now it is. Mm-hmm.
Very nice job, bringing it all down. This one's stuff for Tetris here. If he wanted to originally, but decided not to eventually.
Here we have its first 600k from NENU's side.
Still going very, very nicely. Still possible to survive, but now very tricky. Need something to the left. Number would be great. This also works, but now needs either a quick tap or the air to the left. Gets the L. It looks like he will survive, but that was really great solve.
High level Tetris.
Can we see yet another 700k? Oh, I guess unfortunately not with this left and right. This would
But
be
NENU
an
joins
extreme
TUGI in the...
miracle, but still possible. Now, impossible.
NENU joins TUGI and Mark in the 200 Lines Club. There are only 3 players in the tournament. NENU is the first one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can see NENU clearly knows what to do with the pieces. His problem on 19 seemed to be just the dash control. And you can understand why he probably hasn't played as much PAL 19 with dash as most of his competitors.
Imagine NENU played like 2 hours before this match, CTM Masters.
Game
with,
number 6 starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
NENU is right now in the community playing a lot of things. I think he does practice some rolling. Obviously, he plays with tapping in the open tournaments and has been very active in the DAS circuit as well, both on PAL and in TSC. Playing LOLPOG here and has been active in the CT DAS tournaments and has only been getting better and better with DAS. And obviously, when you have one of the best minds for the game in NENU, and you give him some time to practice DAS,
HEZZULI in a lot of trouble. HEZZULI with... Oh no, I don't think there's anything can do. HEZZULI tops out. And NENU takes the game and the match. Oh, that was so quick. Top out of nowhere once again. They...
That was unfortunate. For HEZZULI, NENU 5-1. So NENU advances to the next round. And NENU's way on the local cup is Finnish way. As we said, he played HEZZULI in this match and then he faces Mörke in the quarterfinals.
We are going to go back to NENU's game just a few seconds. Let's take a peek at the bracket. Oh, but NENU with some trouble now. Will be able to survive it? I don't think so now. Maybe this burns. Still needs a lot of favorable pieces to go for this triple. Very difficult board. Let's see. Oh, nice quick tap there to the left with the J, but oh, that's gonna be it. So we have the bottom quarterfinals already known. It's Merke versus NENU and Mark versus Jeppe. Sidnev was the only seed to fall on the way to quarterfinals so far. Jeppe, seed 27. It's like quite amazing that the number of Jepper's seed is over 2 times as high as the summation of the other seeds in this half of the bracket. Merke seed 2, NENU seed 7, Mark seed 3, suddenly Jepper seed 27, playing really great in this tournament. What a quarterfinals that would be! Merke versus NENU and then Mark versus Jepper.
Yeah, so HEZZULI, thank you for the participation in the tournament. NENU, you faces Merke, but you already secured a prize pool. Right now, everyone who advances to the quarterfinal is guaranteed $30.33. So GG's for that. Now you and Merke and the other quarterfinals, you have time to train more and bring us some high quality Tetris for the quarterfinals. But before we start with the quarterfinals, we have to catch up with the upper part of the brackets. We have still one match in the round of 24 hanging, SV versus Yanni. As you know, we have to be patient with the scheduling of this match. And then tomorrow we play match round of 16 Tetris Schnecke versus Gunther. Tetris Schnecke, who recently scored over 800k points, 813 if I'm not mistaken. So Schnecke wants to prove us that he is prepared for the tournament as well.
I guess that's it for today. Let's find somebody to raid. I see Richard Wolf is hosting a match now. So let's raid him.
Yeah. So guys, thank you for today. The tomorrow's match, Schnecke versus Gunther, takes place at 14 UTC. So if you don't have anything to do, join us and watch another amazing match of the round of 16. Thank you for today. Have a nice race day. The rest of the day, of the evening, or wherever you are. Thank you one more time, and bye-bye for today.
See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.